Hello, everyone, and welcome back finally to the House of Royale, episode 29. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, all of the things right here down below. Go on Spotify, go to patreon.com, House of Royale, and just give us all of your money, okay? Paytra's here today from New York. Somebody drop 10 grand, and I'll give her 5. I swear to God. Like, let's go, people.
I need that.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
We love you. You guys, today I have an extremely talented artist. She is a writer, singer, an activist, a goddess. She is changing the world. She's changing the narrative, not only for music, but for women. Let's hear it for the queen herself, all the way from New York. Give it up for Paytra. Yes, absolutely. I am so furiously motivated when I meet a woman that is fighting for us.
Thank you. Me too, to be fair. Like, that's what inspired this entire journey.
Yes, absolutely. We're not like totally 100% angry, but like we're channeling our anger, right? We're changing. I was just telling you like 2 minutes ago that I met a former president of a label, and he was a white man. And all I have to say is we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Like, it's just like, that's really what started this journey for me, is I was just so sick of being told what to do all the time.
Straight up.
All the time. Somebody knows what's better for me all the time. And it's just so frustrating. Like,
yeah. I just want to tell you guys, for all of you who don't know Paytra, I just spent the last 2 days living on her music and getting life from her music, and not only her music, but her live performances. The lyrics that you are giving us it reminds me of Queen Herbie. She's one of our pioneers too, in that lane of like, I'm not just gonna write a love song. Like, I'm not just gonna write a song about like some fuckboy that I want to have an affair with and he's treating me like shit, and so now I'm gonna write a sad girl pop song. Like, we've had a lot of that in past years, and so it's so refreshing to see women write songs that are empowering us, and the lyrics are so relatable, and it's like, oh my God, that's exactly how I feel.
I mean, like, I think sometimes in life we forget there's more to celebrate than love, marriage, babies. Like, these are great things. I'm not saying they're not at all. Like, everybody wants that, but like, there's so much more, you know? And I feel like there's so much music about that stuff, but women are capable of talking about money and power and being angry. Like, our experiences, like, there's more there's more that we can get inspiration from.
That is so wild that you just brought that up, because you being Gen Z, like, you're still a child. Do you even know who Chelsea Handler is?
Yes.
Okay.
She was my late night mom.
Okay.
Every night when that sounded weird, but you know what I mean?
No, straight up. Same. She's mom. Whitney Cummings is mom. And the thing is like, Chelsea gets so much shit for saying, look, I'm not married and I don't have kids. And yes, and Ariana, yes, and
yeah,
like,
and
I wish it would be so great if Ariana was single and not trying to fuck everyone and marry everyone. I digress. But Chelsea is like, look, I'm still a powerful woman that has literally changed the world.
Yeah.
And all you guys want to do is focus on the fact that I don't have any children. I am getting old, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I have never been married, and I mean, I've been pregnant, but I haven't had any children yet. They're all up in heaven, just like, I'm still a mom. Like, they're up there. I'll be there soon, kids. But
my favorite thing is dark humor.
But I'm just like, thank you for fucking saying that women are more than the ring and the childbearing.
Absolutely. Like, man, you know, and like, I mean, I'm still young, so I don't know if this is gonna change, but like I have never, not once, looked at my life and compare, like been like, oh, I wish I was settled down in the suburban life with kids now. Like I've never, that's not even on my mind. Not that I have anything wrong with that. There's a beautiful life there.
Yeah.
I just like, there's all this weird pressure and people are like, don't you want this? Don't you blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, why are you, what? Let me be.
Yes. It's so weird. It feels weird. I mean, it's like, well, my mom died, so I don't have the pressure from her, but like, and I don't talk to my dad, so I really don't have any family members like being like, Rochelle, when are you gonna get married? I want grandkids. It's like I've had the luxury of like no one up my ass about that.
It's
so
good.
That's nice. But
I
like,
have a child and his name's Truffle and he's a French bulldog.
Exactly. Yes.
And he's a lot of work.
It's expensive.
It's expensive and, I'm a mother.
Yeah. Yeah. So that being said, for all of the ladies out there who are single, and I mean, look, I am dating a really great man right now. And, he's a very well-known person. A lot of people know him. He's lived a full life. And I just have to say, like, I have always loved being single, but dating an older man is really great because he already has 2 kids. He's already been married. So so he's not like thinking about, oh, should I ask her to marry? It's like, well, I mean, I'm sure he's probably still thinking about it, but but the pressure is not there because he's already done it. So Absolutely. It's so lovely being in a relationship where like the pressure for that is not there,
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm dating somebody who's 10 years older than me.
Awesome.
But like, we're both so career focused.
Yeah.
We're good. We don't need all this right now. Like, we're just focused on our career. That's where I'm at. That's fine. Like, there's no rush for this. I honestly would be fine never having kids. I'm like, maybe one day, but it's not wrong of me to not think about that. Like, I don't need to be thinking of that all the time. That's not the one goal of my life. Like, there's so much I want to do that it's just not part of the journey at the moment.
Like, I feel like our children are all of the girls. Like, or like, no offense, ladies, like, you're nobody's child. Don't come for me. But I just mean like the 12-year-old that wants to be a singer. It's like, we're in the trenches fixing it for y'all.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, that is being a mother. Is like, and we're probably the healthiest mom you're ever gonna have because we're never gonna tell you what to do, and we're just making your career path like much easier for you instead of being like, you should be a doctor, or like, you need to go to college and then get married and ruin your entire life. Like, we're not going to tell the girls that. We are telling the young girls that they need to take ownership of their shit and learn how to produce and stop working with men, even though like we're not man haters.
I mean, just like, take the road less traveled if you want. I feel like it's more stigmatized to tell young girls, hey, if you're not married by this time or have kids by this time, or if you don't have a career or you don't have a house or a car by this age, then you're irresponsible. You're not a good woman. And then I think there's a lot more leeway with men. Like, let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, taking risks and being more like ballsy with their choices is totally cool. It's like, oh, he's just being a man. But it's less common for us to tell girls that. We're like, be polite, be like a good wife, be like a good you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't have to do that. You're allowed to do things that people tell you not to do. Your parents, if your parents aren't supporting what your dream is, there's nothing wrong with saying, listen, like, this is my life. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do, because I think the scariest thing in life is waking up one day and looking back being like, what if I would have had done this? You know what I mean? Like, what if I would have followed my dream instead of doing what I was supposed to do,
Yeah.
That's terrifying to me.
Another wild thing, especially in Los Angeles, when you are an independent woman and you have your shit together, it's like the men can just smell it. They're like animals on all fours, like, I want a piece of that. And they do. It's like, you guys all want it in the beginning because it's so like, oh, I don't have to do shit for her. She's got her shit together, da 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 da. But then what happens, gentlemen, all of you homeless motherfuckers out there with no job or car, and then you want to move in with us, like, maybe that's why it's so attractive to you, right? So it's like, not only is it frowned upon to be an independent woman, but it's also the most desirable thing for these hoes out here, because they're like, oh, I want that Kim Kardashian girl that like is running her running game on the system. But then once you guys get with us, it's such a it emasculates them, and it's so intimidating.
Yeah, I feel like when you have like the chase, it's the chase that's fun for a lot of men. So they like to chase things that are hard to get.
Yeah.
And then once you get the thing, and the thing is forcing you to do like be a better person or like level up or pushing you, then it becomes friction. Like it's a problem. It's a problem, you know?
Right.
And even in New York, like I am so happy that I'm not in the dating scene in New York. But I've heard insane stories of women who are just, they have their money, they have their house, they have their career, they've focused on, they're so successful and strong. And it's like pulling teeth trying to find a man to like behave with them.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why that is. I think it's scary because they're not just going to like put their head down and be like, okay, yeah, we can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I'll tell you what it is. I just feel like they're taking a woman to like stomp on their neck so that they can be the best that they can be. There are women that will play the role. I was so mad when Ariana Grande, whatever, Ari, like, I love you. Your voice is like, literally, you have one of the best singing voices on the planet, like in the history of music. We get it. However, the way that you get down on your knees and worship these men is kind of like, it gives me the ick. The song Positions, I was like, oh, no.
I still don't understand what the lyrics are about, though.
Oh, okay. She's like, not only am I going to clean the kitchen and the bathroom for you, but I will be whatever you want me to be, baby. I'm going to switch positions for you, honey. Because your dick is so good that I'm just going to do whatever it takes to keep you around. And I feel like when I go on Facebook, like Facebook still exists for Gen Z who like doesn't know. But when I
love Facebook, honestly, it's the least stressful app. But anyway,
when I go on Facebook and I see these relationships, I feel like they did it for Facebook. I feel like,
oh my God, yeah,
it's such a lie. Like, these women are so miserable because they literally sacrificed who the fuck they were when they got with this guy.
Yeah.
And now they're switching up positions for you. And it's like, what happened to your position as the CEO? Like, there's a movie that Nicole Kidman's in. It's and like all of the wives move to this city because the men want them to, and they like get a chip planted in their brain and become Stepford wives. The Stepford wives.
I'm so bad with movies.
Yeah, it's a movie.
But what the fuck?
But I feel like that, I mean, hello, that's what's really happening is like, I feel like women really lose themselves. And it's a statistic, it's a proven statistic that men do better when they're in relationships.
Yeah. Also, like in like stereotypical heterosexual relationships, this is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Listen up. When a woman gets married, or has a baby, it is very much looked at kind of like checking out. Like, oh, she's settling down.
Right.
Like, oh, how are you gonna still do, I have friends who gave birth and are like literally still running their own businesses. They're still boss women in a healthy relationship with kids. They're able to do it all. But like, for some reason, people look and like treat, oh, you got to slow down. Oh, I don't want to burden you with this. And meanwhile, like when a man gets married or has a baby, it's like a stamp of honor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get
Straight
respect, more respect. It's like, oh, like you're a good, decent man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they tend to do better after that.
Right. I mean, they'll get married just so that they can sell more homes or like win more cases in court.
Because it's
like,
they're looked at more trustworthy. Oh, we're back.
Hello. Hi. Okay.
That was so scary.
I'm the problem. It's me. Okay, so I'm gonna force this to segue into music because this does relate to music.
It does.
For those of you who have never been a solo female pop artist,
don't. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, talk about being judged. When I first found out about Queen Herbie and I learned that she was married, I have to admit, I was like, oh, like it was almost like a sense of relief because it's like, oh, this is one less hoe on the block that's gonna be trying to like hoe around and try to get a step up on the ladder because she's single and she's available and ba 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 ba. It's like, if you're married, you are not available the same way a single pop singer or a single rapper, for that matter, producers and A&Rs and label people look at you differently when you are single and you are alone, because then they can take you and they can do whatever they want with you, right?
Well, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. But it's that stigma is still there even for women.
Yeah.
But like on the flip side of it, I just was talking to my friend Gina, shout out to Little Miss Nasty. They're like the hottest show in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She is married and she's like, no, I actually have more issues when club owners find out that I'm married.
Interesting.
They get upset or disappointed.
So I'm in a relationship. I'm engaged. Fun fact. I mean,
Congrats.
I've shared that, but like I have I never use that. I don't speak about my relationship online. Not because I want to hide it or anything, but I'm just like, it doesn't matter if I'm engaged, married, single. First of all, that doesn't affect the way I do business or your access to me. It's gonna be the same either way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it doesn't. I don't understand that. I've never once been in a situation where I'm like, oh, I have to like flirt. I don't know. Like no, I don't do that. My status as single or not single doesn't reflect my work at all. I don't understand why that's a thing.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
That's so weird.
But you're right. Business is business. In the past, have you ever dealt with? Just answer the question. I don't even have to say it.
It was like that communication. I got it. Yeah. You mean like predatory?
Anything? Yes.
People try still.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yep.
Like promoter, like just even the way they touch you.
Yes.
And kind of just like try to be like this macho man for you. And I'm like, I mean, okay, do you want a cookie for doing something nice? Like I don't understand what this is, But absolutely. Like I've been in situations.
They want the cookie for doing something nice.
They want the cookie. Well, so sorry. You cannot have it. Too much sugar, boo. No, yeah. I mean, I've been in situations. I feel like one thing that I really admire about the way I was brought up, the way I was raised, is that my mom from a very young age was always like, if you ever feel uncomfortable, leave the room. Like from a little girl, if anyone ever touches you, makes you feel uncomfortable. This was ingrained in my head just from her personal experiences.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like that alone, like the way she did that, has gotten me out of so much shit. Because I'm telling you, from my friends' stories, it is terrifying to be a single, like a girl alone in a studio full of men. And I'm not saying that all men are predatory. What I'm saying is, statistically speaking, it's dangerous to be alone as a woman in a studio of men. It is.
Yep.
I know more women who have been sexually assaulted in the industry than not.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've never been in that situation, but I have been in situations where I've had to leave.
Yeah.
I've had to remove myself from a situation, or I had to be a bitch.
Let me shift the perspective though for all of my hoes out there, because I have to admit, because there's the flip side of it too.
Yeah.
When you are in the studio, let's say for 4 to 6 months with the same guy, and he's making you sound like motherfucking Mariah Carey, there is a moment. I've had plenty of, being single most of the time in LA, I've had a lot of moments where I'm like, oh no, I'm starting to like this person.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to make that decision to either be a professional and keep your female pee-pee in your pants, or if you hook up with the guy, it's gonna be a problem, and you can only learn that lesson the hard way. And I have to reveal that side of it too, because men, it's not always your fault. Like I know some of y'all 20-year-old girls out here, I know how you guys move, and look, as much as I love you and I'm here for you, I also know how you guys are moving, and you guys cannot use that chi-chi. You guys cannot use your chi-chi in the studio with these men. Do not have sex with them. Please don't. Because you're not going to get to a higher level. They're not going to sign you all of a sudden because your pee-pee is so magical. Like, it's not going to happen. Yeah. So, like, I do want to, shed light on that side of it, too.
The temptation side of it. It's bad. No, you're right. There's always that. Like, I think making music with people does spark chemistry a lot of times.
Yes.
It can. Of course. Like, you're creating together. Like, it's not just like, oh, we're sitting down and writing something, like some script or doing some analytics. It's like you're talking about emotions and experiences. It's like, it's magical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a very fine line, because a lot of times when these guys get what they want, they have something to hold over your head.
Mm-hmm.
And they use it a lot of times. I'm sure there's exceptions, but unfortunately, a lot of times it's used against you.
Yep. Yeah, we've seen it publicly. I mean, I saw a debacle with Rita Ora and one of the DJ dudes. See, don't you love how I know the female artist's name, but I don't know the male producer's name because I don't give a fuck. But he withheld the stems from her and did not allow the release of the song because they broke up, and he thought that she cheated on him and and it's like, that's crazy. Like, I'm
gonna talk to you about, okay, LA, like, just one guy, like, it was a very professional networking group on Facebook that's very well known for like sharing prominent information within the industry. I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to get into that, but like, he posted about a networking Grammy event that was for professionals, and my I guess my business partner sent it. He's like, you should go to this, like, this is really good. So I messaged him. I was like, hey, like, what's up with this party? He's like, oh yeah, well, it's full, but I like the way you look, babe, so I can get you in. Winky face. And I'm just like, that alone is gross. Like, we could have gone, but then what? Like, what would have happened if, what would have happened at the party? What if something looked, like, why does that happen?
Men, what is up with the DM shit? Like, it is so vile and foul. You don't know me and you're like, baby, I miss you. Come to the studio. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. And also, like, you're probably a registered sex offender.
Probably.
It's so crazy.
We had an applause back here. She was like, yes.
Yes.
Yes, registered sex offenders.
Okay, let's talk about the Grammys. It's Grammy week, Grammys 2024. Do you think the Grammys are rigged?
Yeah.
Wait, say it again.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm part of the Recording Academy. So wait, let me back this up. I just think that not just music awards, but all awards have become a popularity contest.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. Especially, yeah.
It is paid for. It is paid for. None of it is based on talent. Unfortunately.
In the industry, it's become like that, though. Like, in general, I think there are a lot of people who you can pay your way to fame. That's what I'll say. You can pay your way to fame. It's so much harder to do it like bootlegged, which is what I'm trying to do. Like, to actually be putting your own money in and working from the bottom up and like connecting with people and writing music and working so hard and not having like rich parents to throw money at it. No, not that that's a bad thing, but like that avenue is so much harder.
Like, before got famous, I tweeted out tweeted out a Grammy nominations list because I was like manifesting the future for women.
Yeah.
And I think it was like me, Queen Herbie, Kim Petras, and it was like two other really dope females that like weren't, in the fraudulent circuit yet. And I'm just like, God, wouldn't it be amazing if we had 1 year where all of the artists were just like dope female artists that no one has ever heard about, but every song is just like a banger.
Yeah, like well written.
And that's why you're in the Academy voting, because you are a part of this new change.
Yeah. And I did so the problem for me was like, when you get the nominations, like when you get everyone that's submitted, there's so many songs. It's like, how are you going to listen through 4,000 songs?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some way to qualify, like find quality, you know, because like, how am I going to sit there? Like, who has time to go through like the 4,000 submissions of one category and listen to every song and try to find the talent? Like, it's no wonder people like go to the big names, you know? Cause like, okay, well, I recognize that. But I really, really did like, because I research a lot of independent artists outside of just the radio. I'm constantly looking for female artists on my playlist and stuff and just trying to find the next rising group of women in the industry. And I searched all of their names and I was like, whenever I could, I voted for them 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So like, it would be so great. Dear Grammys, dear Recording Academy, have an awards ceremony that like all the nominees are not allowed to be signed.
Ooh.
Have an awards ceremony where it's just for unsigned artists and it's based on like talent. That would be so amazing. And like, if you live in LA or New York, you can just go.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Seriously.
I think they need to create something like that.
Yeah. You know how much better the music would be on the radio if that happened?
Yeah.
We would find real music.
Oh
like,
my
music.
God. Straight up. Okay. We're going to get back to the Grammys in a second, but that leads me to what everyone is saying on TikTok, which is so disappointing for me. Universal Music Group just removed their entire catalog off of TikTok because of a licensing agreement that they previously had with TikTok. Everyone's upset because Universal isn't getting the correct amount of money.
Right.
And TikTok is upset because they're like, you guys are taking too much money and we're providing hit songs for your artists. Like, TikTok is the number one way. A major label, if you guys don't know how this works, last year and the year before, we had literal genius artists that have been signed for 100 years, like Florence and the Machine. Dude, this is how sinister the labels were getting. Florence and the Machine had to put her face in front of her phone with no makeup on, and she was like, my label is making me do this, but I have a new song out.
I remember that.
And she's like, she said, I have a new song and I'm not allowed to release it until it goes viral on this app.
Yeah, no, that happens. It happens all the time.
Right. And so I am so grateful because the major labels need to just go away forever. Like, we're done with you. It should have been done 10 years ago. We don't need you anymore because it's gross. You guys take everyone's money. And then artists, we see Britney, we see Justin, like all of these artists look like they got a lobotomy and they're like hanging on for dear life. You know, it's like the world tours last for like 3 fucking years and then they have to go to rehab for the rest of their lives.
Literally.
It's so gross. So for all of you guys on TikTok saying, I told you to stop using sounds on your videos because TikTok was going to pull this shit. No. What everyone needs to be rallying together and saying is now is the time to use unsigned independent artist music for your videos. If you are not a singer and you don't have any music, use our music. Straight up.
Facts. Yes.
And you have a great following on TikTok.
We're growing. I'm like reaching out to them. Right
Yes.
now. We are. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I love TikTok has changed everything.
Yeah.
Like, it helps you find your people, your community. Yeah. And the algorithm truly, it's so spot on. Like, I've never seen a platform that can find the type of people that would love you for you like TikTok. Yeah. Truly.
Okay, well, thank you for the advice because I'm not really on there. So.
Girl. No. Oh my God, you have to.
I will.
They'll love you. Just share your unfiltered thoughts.
That's what needs to happen more is just getting your face in front of the camera. What is it called? Well, it's Get Ready With Me, and then it's also Story Time.
Story Time, yeah. Story Times are good.
Okay. But I'm not done with the labels and the Grammys.
Let's vent.
Because there's a lot of issues happening, and I just want to hug all of you singers, every single girl that I have interviewed out here in LA. You guys are literally in tears because it is so not fun. It's just not fun, and it should be. Like, being a musical artist should be fun.
Yeah.
And most of the time, we see these artists that are just broken. They are mentally broken because there's not a support system. It's too expensive.
It's very physically and mentally demanding to be an independent artist. Like, ask anybody around me. I mean, thank God I have seriously the best people. Like, Casey and Justin are here. I have just such a good, these two, seriously, like, it's the most mentally draining thing. Unless you have good people around you.
Yeah.
It's truly.
And you want to know why, people? Because everyone loves to tell us what we need to change and fix and do differently. And then you don't want to do it anymore because you're like, wait, everyone thought I was dope. Everyone was like telling me how amazing I am and I'm the X factor and I have the full package. And then you start putting in the work. And then that's when all of the Simon Cowells come in and start breaking you the fuck down. I mean, I know one of my besties, she is like Slayagra Falls with the vocals. Like she can do the whistle, the Mariah whistle. She sings for Billy Porter, Jake, that new guy, Jake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jake.
Her voice is crazy amazing. But emotionally, she has been through so much. And she's still working with like some of the heaviest hitters out here in the music industry, but she's so careful with how she moves now because it's just so painful. And that is why you have to have a team of people that are like, put your blinders on and just don't look. We're just moving forward.
I mean, imagine being a young girl. Like, I'm just like anybody listening. Imagine being a young girl. You're alone. You move to a new city. You have this dream. You have a talent. You know this is what you want to do. You have a message. And from the very beginning, it's constant. You need to look better. Like your hair needs to be this way. You need to lose weight. You need to gain weight. You don't have an ass. You don't have boobs. You don't have a voice. Shut up. I actually know what's better for you. You just need to listen to me because I can change your life. You have to be on TikTok, Instagram. You have to be recording. Don't forget to work out. Hey, but guess what? All of this costs thousands of dollars a month. So you need to get a full-time job. But also, you need to be finding a husband. But also, it keeps going.
Straight
it's
up.
crazy. Like like you start being like, I'm constantly have eyes on me. I constantly have pressure on me. And I think a lot of what happens to these celebrities is like you're thrust into that and you're thrust into imagine adding stardom on all of that.
Yep.
You know, I think building up slowly allows you, like for me, I'm really grateful. It has allowed me to surround myself with people who genuinely give a fuck about my well-being.
Yes.
And will be like, no, you know what, let's take a break, you know? Or we're not working with that person because they clearly have terrible motives for you.
Right.
But so many people don't have that. And that's what happens.
And also, you think, oh, these artists that are signed to major labels have it so easy. Can I just bring up Nicki and Megan right now?
Oh, no.
Like, I don't think anyone wishes to be in either of their shoes right now. Like, it
Pinned against each other. Why?
and I don't understand the fan bases, you guys. Like, the fans out there that are like rooting for this side or rooting for that side. I mean, frankly, when I heard what Nicki had to say, I was like, is she okay? And also, like, Megan is a phenomenal rapper.
Yeah.
And I don't even see how you can diss her flow because she's so good. It's like
we're pinned against each other.
Yeah.
Like, women are told from the beginning of life that we're competing for attention and for our looks and to be, you know, the sweetest or the smartest, but not too much that we threaten another, like a man. Like, we're constantly just like positioned to be against each other. There can only be one. For whatever reason, there can only be one female rapper. Why? And I feel like even like I'm not picking a side because I think there's room for both. There's room for all of them. But why can't there be room for all of us? Like, I don't get it.
That brings me to another point, which we were talking about earlier. Alabama Barker. Like, I know I just heard Tana Mojo has some issues with this girl, and like, if anyone is being disrespectful to anybody, I am not an advocate for disrespect. Like, I think if you're in this circle, you need to just be nice, okay?
Just be fucking nice.
Yeah. Okay, but I want to talk about the reason why certain artists will stop doing what they're good at is because people will tell them they're not allowed to do that genre.
Oh, yeah.
And when I bring up Alabama Barker and when I say that girl, you are an amazing rapper. And I'm so glad that your father, Travis Barker, is super supportive of you. And I really hope that you don't stop rapping because everyone told you to stop. Yeah. Everyone went on TikTok and just handed her a new because she was rapping. And it's like, but she's really good. And we don't see any white girls rapping or like any girls that aren't the stereotypical, like how we think a rapper is supposed to look. because it's so frowned upon.
Yeah.
And I just want to say right now, like growing up in the Bay Area, West Coast, like growing up with a b-boy on my mom's dance team, like a b-boy crew on my mom's dance team, like I was educated about hip hop from when I was 3.
Yeah.
So like I've always had mad respect for rap. I am a rapper. I can rap my fucking ass off, but I never pursued that because I knew when
You're gonna be told not to.
I was told not to.
Yeah.
By certain types of people because I was appropriating culture.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I have a big influence of rap too. Like Eminem, I'm from Detroit area. I'm not from Detroit, but like the area. He's a huge influence on the way that I approach lyrics and like rhyme schemes.
Yes.
But I remember early on, like I literally was told, no, you're a Taylor Swift type. Like you have to make that type of music. You should go to Nashville. And I was like, I was mortified. I was like, that's not what I want to do. Like that's not my influence, you know?
Yeah.
Let me not be too far away from the mic. And constantly throughout my career, it's always been you can't do that. You can't have that influence. And I'm like, but why not? Like I feel like if you acknowledge where you're getting your inspiration and you're honoring it and you're giving credit where it's due, you're allowed to take inspiration from all. Like I think that's what the beautiful part of this world. Like using inspiration from everyone, everywhere, every country, every genre. Like why not?
Yeah. I think that's another thing I love about Queen Herbie is she's like, no, I am an R&B singer and I am a rapper. Yeah. I am a lyricist. Like she is an MC.
Yeah. She's
straight up, like straight up.
I really do like Queen Herbie. And you don't have to like an artist's music to respect them or to like allow them to exist. Like I'm not, oh God, am I going to get canceled for this? Do I care? I don't care, right? I don't care. Okay, I don't give a shit because I'm not gonna talk bad about this person.
The shit we already said is canceled.
No, like I don't love. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't love Taylor Swift's music.
Oh yeah,
but like,
fine.
I mean, come on. Someone's gonna come for me right now. But I respect her as a businesswoman and an artist. Yeah, and I'm not like I don't love super poppy pop music. I don't love country influence. It's just not my thing. I don't love her music and she's obviously doing something right. Like you're allowed to let these people exist without liking them.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Absolutely. I feel the same way. Like I love Max Martin and the fact that he produced Bad Blood with her and that music video is sick as fuck. Like that's one of my favorite songs from her because it's like a fully produced pop record and it's like a hit song. Like you could put it on anyone. You could put it on Kelly Clarkson.
It's a good song. It is. That one is a good one.
Yeah, for me it's about the song. It's not really about, and it's about the lyrics too. Yeah. But I feel the same way. Like I'm not ever going to be bumping Taylor in my car.
Not once have I ever.
Yeah. But she could run for president. She's a congresswoman. She's dismantling the system. Yes. She's taking her power and she's saying for all the Scooter Brauns out there, like we're not subscribing anymore.
And
like,
for that, I like Taylor Swift as a person. I think she is a powerful woman. Yeah. And she can exist, and so can I, and there's no competition. And I don't like her music, but I like her. Yeah. And that's allowed. We're okay.
Okay, so your ethnicity, you're German and Mexican.
Correct.
Has anyone ever tried to make you go in that direction more because of your ethnicity?
Like lean into more...
Yeah, like Latina. Like, you should do a Latina record because...
Honestly, I think the biggest struggle is not really. I think the biggest struggle for me has been like, and I think a lot of people who are from different mixed backgrounds can attest to this. It's like being not Latina enough to do that. Yeah. But also like to the white people, oh God, I keep hitting this shit. To the white people not being white enough to do that, you know, or like finding yourself in the middle. Like I'm not a Taylor Swift type. Like I'm not going to make bubblegum pop because that's not me. Yeah. But some people might see me that way, but also like, it has happened. Yeah. It's a constant pressure always. That's what inspired my song Motherfucking Misfit American Anthem. I was like, for all my in-betweens, you're a badass melting pot Americana dream bitch.
Yeah. You know, okay, it's so weird because it's like whatever ethnicity you're not, I feel like a lot of the girlies always try to be the other thing. And let me explain. Like Brittany and Christina, we have seen them throughout the years go from platinum blonde to black hair. I went through the same thing, and I feel like when I had super black hair, people thought I was Persian, they thought I was Armenian, and I almost felt like, oh, well, thank God, because now I'm more ambiguous. Yeah, and I felt like, oh, finally people aren't going to look at me as the white girl that should be doing country.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's
But
troubling.
at the same time, a part of me was like, why can't I just be me? Why can't I just be blonde? And it's almost like, you guys, if you're not authentic and true to who you are, like the truth is always going to come out in the end, and you're gonna combust. Like if you're suppressing who you really want to fucking be and who you really are, it's like it's just not gonna work. And I feel like that true organic success comes from us knowing this is right. This is who I am. I'm finally comfortable in my own skin. I finally believe in what I'm doing. And you know what? I don't give a fuck what you guys think about how I look or if I have blonde hair or blah, 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 blah. And what's happening right now in the world, I think after lockdown hit, the world shifted and we're going into like the age of Aquarius, which is like, the divine feminine energy, creativity, and technology. And it's almost like people don't really give a shit like how old you are or like what your ethnicity is. Like people are kind of just like, okay, like let's see what you got.
We're in a world, like the world is just gonna keep getting more influenced and mixed. Like globalization, I think if I remember my social studies, I couldn't remember. What is the fucking term?
What is
like,
school?
We're all being influenced by each other, and I don't see that as a bad thing. Like, in the past few years, like Latin pop has taken over American charts, and I think it's amazing. Now, K-pop, J-pop, C-pop, like we're starting to get into that. Like, we're being exposed to it more. Whereas before, it was kind of like, oh, everyone has their own industry and their own style, and we can't. Yeah. You know, why? Like it's just going to keep getting more mixed together, especially when you live in a city like LA or New York. Like your friends are from all over the world, all different colors, all different religions. Like why, how is it not going to influence you?
Yeah.
You know, and why is that a bad thing? I don't get that.
I mean, question for the audience. Are we appropriating culture? Like if I were to do a rap song or a dance hall song, which I have both of those, I have many songs that are in both of those categories. Am I appropriating culture? Like, what is your guys' opinion on that? And like, can we get to a place in the world where people just are not giving a fuck anymore?
We'll see.
Yeah. Back to the Grammys. Have you been to the Grammys before? No.
This is my first time.
Okay. Well, I have tea. The year Whitney Houston died is the year that I went.
Okay.
The only time that I went.
Interesting.
So Whitney passed away, and Clive Davis still had his Grammy party.
We were trying to get into that this year. It didn't happen. Anyway.
Yeah, well, just know, like, if you die in a bathtub, he's still gonna run the party. Like, he does not give a fuck.
Okay.
They did not cancel the party for her. They proceeded with the party. And LL Cool J was the host.
Okay.
It was amazing. And Adele had just gotten surgery on her nodes and still sang while chain smoking. No, I'm kidding. But like, you know, she chain smokes.
If this doesn't describe the mental health of this industry, I'm not. Adele's like, her nose, she's like, I got this. Yeah, I got this. Her label's like, you got to do this, girl.
She's just still bleeding with a
cigarette. Poor girl. Poor girl. Okay.
I was sitting behind Skrillex. Do we all remember who that is?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was sitting behind Skrillex, and I was sitting next to some lady that was like besties with Dave Grohl.
Okay.
And he like switched seats with someone, so he was like sitting with us too. And it was still kind of magical. It still kind of had that like feeling of like, oh my God, this is like so unattainable, and like only super demigods who are signed to big labels can do this shit. The way I got in was like some security guard literally gave me a pass, and I met him at some party. He gave me a pass, and the next day I just like went behind the building where
really
all the
great.
fans were. And I remember walking towards the back red carpet. As I was like walking towards this big group of fans, I was just like, yeah, I'm a celebrity. And people are like, oh my God, who is this? And then they were like, wait, no, but really, who the fuck is this?
You're like, don't think too hard about it. Bye.
So I made my way to the red carpet, and like Paris Hilton was there, and like Diana Ross was there.
You look like you're meant to be on a red carpet. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's so sad because I was thinking to myself, y'all hoes don't even know that I have been signed in on the radio, bitch. Like Peter Mensch and Cliff Bernstein had signed me for 2 years. Mutt Lange did my first album, who was Shania Twain's husband. Like he's known from like Muse and all these big. But it's like nobody gives a fuck. No one knows your story. Like and you're just there as an unsigned artist, like watching all of these, you know.
It's like a warning sign, unsigned. This is Paytra. She's an unsigned artist. And you're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like we have or something. So I just remember that feeling of feeling like, you know what? I'm not even happy to be here. Like I was grateful, of course. You have to be grateful. You have to be thankful for that experience. But like, it's also just so gross because it's like it literally is like high school after high school.
Oh yeah. It's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
It's this whole industry is a popularity contest.
Yeah.
So exhausting.
So when you get to go to the Grammys, let's say you're going next year, what do you want to see different? How do you want to see it better and change?
You know, I honestly think that there should be more categories that indie artists have a chance, because you're like top pop single of the year, really? Like you think, really? Like who? Taylor,
I know,
Doja Cat,
it's exhausting.
Duh. You know, they did include a category, social change song of the year, and they claimed that it wasn't about any valor or like politics, but I mean, like there should be more.
What was the category?
Social change song. Yeah, I would love to see more categories where indie artists have a chance.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't need to be just pop single of the year, because that's obviously going to be the top pop songs.
Is Doja Cat in the Illuminati?
I mean, I think she'll play it up because I think she loves when people just speculate. No, I don't think so. Do you?
Okay.
I love Doja Cat, by the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, Doja, we love you. But it is super demonic. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of devil. There's a lot of satanic.
Because it gets people talking. Bitches be tripping.
But, okay, and I totally get it. Look, I shout out to my sister, Kim Petras. I love you. I did a cover of Unholy, you know?
Okay.
And I have no problem being goth, being dark. Like I'll say Lucifer, I'll say the word devil, because we're talking about the light coming in to, you know, fix the darkness, right? Like the messaging, it can be misconstrued always. But I think to deliberately like pour a bucket of blood over oneself, or like if I were to do a music video with like devil horns and like smearing blood all over my body, I feel like it's more than just trying to get a rise out of people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I am told on a regular basis that I'm going to hell.
Same.
And honestly, the more I'm told that I'm going to hell, the more I just want to keep like, I'm like, maybe I should, shit, let me just, sure, I'm going to hell, let me run with that. I'm kidding.
No, kind of. People don't.
But I love, yeah, it makes me just want to make him more mad, to be honest. Yeah. I wonder if that's part of it.
No, I mean, I think it's important for artists to definitely play with that messaging. Madonna's always done it her whole career. And I have a friend, Vaughn, she's like in her 20s and she's a professor over at NYU, but she's also a recording artist. And she grew up Catholic private school, same. And her whole messaging is like, I'm actually gonna wear a school skirt and with some blood and shit, because like the Bible is not gonna dictate whether I go to heaven or hell, or like, does it even exist? So she definitely pushes that messaging too, and people misconstrue it as her being a devil worshiper or whatever, da 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 da. So I do think it's important, but also when like a 12 and 13-year-old worships you, which they love Doja, like the Gen Z, and because like Doja loves to like hook up with Gen Zers too. Kidding. I mean, not really, but anyway. As long as they're 18, Doja.
You got the tea. I don't even know all this tea that you have.
Oh no, it's all just rumors. But it's kind of like, do we have to be kind of responsible for or not?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I guess it depends on your brand, like who your target demographic is. Like, it's not your fault if there's 12-year-olds listening to your music that's not geared towards them. It is if that's who you are targeting marketing wise. Like, listen, these big artists, they have a branding team and a marketing team and a PR team that are deliberate about, they know who they're marketing to. Like, to me, if you're marketing somebody towards these young girls, you should assume responsibility, like some sort of responsibility for being a role model. Absolutely. But if you're open about not being a role model, you're like, this is like, I'm not asking you to be like me. This is me. Like, this is what I've been through and it's not pretty. And these are my, like, then I guess to me, it's art. Like, art's controversial. Like, if you're saying I'm not a role model, this is not who I am.
Yeah.
Explicit, rated R. I mean, there's,
yeah.
It's like up to the parents to like not let them listen. I don't know. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think there's like, it's not a cut and dry line to me.
Yeah. Oy vey. I don't know. Yeah, it's gray area for me. Because, like, especially dating someone with children, and I'm like, like, would I want them to
I mean, me personally, like, me as an artist, like, I would never do anything that, like, that's just outside of my morale to tell, I don't know, like, I want to support children and lift them up and, like, be empowering. Like, that's my messaging. So I guess I can't really speak on it because I've never been in a position where I'm like, yo, let me just, like, tell the kids to worship the devil. Like, that's not what I'm about.
Right.
So I don't know.
But it's there. It's just prominent. It's prominent in the fashion industry, in film, TV. I mean, it's everywhere.
It's very, people dig into it a lot.
Right.
It's definitely probably used for more, people love drama and controversy. Yeah.
But I mean, we're out here spreading the message of ownership and empowering the girlies. And I feel like that's like the main deal, is to just own who you are and thrive in it. For the rest of the show, we're going to just promote your stuff.
Oh,
and
amazing.
We're going to talk about your show tonight.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about where everyone can follow you and support your music.
Absolutely.
TikTokers. Stop it.
My TikTok people, they're so supportive of me.
Yeah.
I'm actually meeting some of them tonight at the show.
Really? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I challenge all of you to actually use her music for one of your videos.
Ooh.
Stop being a gatekeeper and don't be shady.
Yeah. Okay. What she said.
So, like, where are you performing tonight?
So I'm performing at the Viper Room. It's my first show.
Yeah.
It's my first show in LA.
Crazy.
I'm like nervous. Is the LA crowd rough? New York is
girl
lit.
Okay, first of all, this is super exciting, but just to make you feel better, the Viper Room is like 1 billion years old.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So you're actually doing them a favor because it's just Sunset Strip is like not cool anymore.
I see.
And so we need the new kids on the block to come in and make it cool for all the kids that don't really know about these venues, because back in the day, what made Sunset Strip so famous is all of the rock singers who are now 65 to 75 years old. So
you're bringing it back.
Yes. You're bringing a new genre and style to that venue, which is extremely important. So don't be nervous. Just be like, you're welcome.
So that's what I'm going to go in with, that energy. Yes. You're welcome. I'm just kidding. No, I'm really excited. I know there's like quite a few of you TikTokers who are coming, so I get to like meet them, take photos and whatnot. So yeah, it's exciting. And I'm singing all the songs off Tiny But Mighty, my album. Not
amazing.
All of them, but a lot of them.
How many?
How many songs? I'm like not between 9 and 10 and or 11, I think. I'm gonna read the room because there's some that are more hype, and I'm like, I don't know the vibe.
Yeah.
Because I know it's like This is downstairs. It's like a more intimate
Oh,
venue.
it's downstairs. Okay.
It's more intimate.
Yeah. I've performed in both.
Okay.
So yeah.
Intimate is scary. Like oh my God, when you're there and you just see everyone's eyes, you're just like when you're on stage, it's like you can just do your thing. But when it's more, right? It's like you're ground level with them.
Well, okay, here's what I have to say about that. I feel like on the bigger stage, you really start to lose the sound. You know,
Okay.
you feel like you're yelling and you tend to lose your vocals. Like by the end of the show, you're like, oh fuck, like my voice.
Literally.
When you're up close and personal, it's actually better for me personally because people they're wasted, first of all. Everyone
Perfect.
just get drunk before. And
Did you hear that?
yeah. Get wasted. I'm sober. I don't drink, but like for all of everyone that drinks, please. They need you. They need this right now. They are depressed. They're sad. They're bored. Okay. They literally need these lyrics. They need your hair. They need your face. They need your body.
Oh.
Like just get in there and get that mosh pit with them and just like let it revitalize your soul and your spirit. Like,
and it's gonna be 2 a.m. New York time, so I need to be revitalized because we're gonna be tired as shit, but it's fine.
But it's better that you're tired because it puts you in a more calm place, and then you
Yeah.
have that adrenaline to really pump you up.
Yeah. Oh,
you know?
I'm so excited. It will be great.
Yeah.
It will be great.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
And you're gonna get video.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So tell all of the people where we can find you on the interwebs.
So my website is paytramusic.com. You spell my name Paytra. And Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, just type in Paytra and I will pop up. And Spotify, Apple Music, all of the sites. That's where I'm at. Stream Tiny but Mighty. That is my album. We have new music coming in the spring. This is my first time announcing that to you guys. There's new music coming. So please follow and you'll see the journey.
I am so excited and grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you. Thank you for having me.
The world needs 100 more of you.
Aw.
Really. And you guys, if you were feeling insecure, unsure about your career or your mission on planet Earth, let this bitch motivate you to go and do it, honey. Like, this is the energy we need in the world. And same here. Like, I get insecure and I don't want to put my face in front of the camera. I don't want to go on TikTok, but we're going to do this together as a team.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are the women of the world and we're doing this together, and our gays and
our theys, the girls, gays, and theys. We are here for you.
Yeah. This was episode 29 of House of Royale. We love you guys. We'll see you later.